Between 65 and 90, life is not held together by strength alone. It is supported. If certain quiet supports are still in place around you and within you, then despite the years, you are not merely coping. You are managing life wisely. Between 65 and 90, life does not become easier. It becomes clearer. There is a quiet honesty that arrives in these decades. You begin to understand what truly holds your life together. Not ambition, not speed, not constant productivity. What sustains you now or supports steady, often invisible structures that allow you to manage your days with dignity. If those supports are still present, then you are not merely surviving. You are managing life right. The first of these supports is physical stability. Physical stability is not about athletic strength. It is about steady footing. It is about rising from your chair without panic. It is about walking through your home without gripping every wall. It is about stepping outside and trusting that your body will respond. Between 65 and 90, the body changes. Balance may soften. Reflexes may slow. Joints may stiffen. But if you can still move with reasonable steadiness, whether independently or with light assistance, you are standing on a powerful foundation. Steadiness preserves confidence. When you trust your body, you move more freely. When you move more freely, your world remains open. You continue to prepare meals, tend to small tasks, answer the door, and greet neighbors. Physical stability also protects against larger disruptions. A fall can change everything, but careful movement, thoughtful pacing, and awareness of your limits act as quiet guardians. There is wisdom in slowing down, in holding the railing, in choosing shoes that support rather than impress. These are not admissions of weakness. They are expressions of self-respect. Even small daily movements, stretching in the morning, walking down the hallway, standing upright with intention reinforce the body's memory of balance. If you can navigate your environment safely and confidently, even at a slower pace, you possess a support that protects every other part of your life. And that stability makes room for the next support, clear decision-making. The ability to think clearly and make sound choices is one of the most important supports in later life. It is not about processing information quickly. It is about processing it wisely. Between 65 and 90, you may take longer to read a document or follow a conversation. That is natural. But if you can understand what is being discussed, weigh your options, and choose thoughtfully, your independence remains firmly rooted. Clear decision-making protects finances, it protects health, it protects safety. When you pause before giving out personal information over the phone, that is strength. When you read medical instructions carefully and ask questions if something feels unclear, that is strength. When you decide not to drive at night because your vision feels less certain, that is strength. Wisdom often deepens as speed softens. Judgment is shaped by decades of experience. You have lived through economic changes, family shifts, personal challenges. That history informs your choices today. Managing life well between 65 and 90 depends not on reacting quickly, but on responding carefully. Mental clarity also includes awareness of your own limits. Recognizing when you are tired, recognizing when you need help understanding something new, recognizing when to say no. These choices protect energy and prevent unnecessary strain, and clear decisions shape the rhythm of your days, leading to another crucial support: reliable routine. Routine may sound simple, even dull, but in later years, it becomes an anchor, a dependable pattern of waking, eating, resting, and engaging creates stability. It reduces confusion. It conserves energy. When meals happen at consistent times, the body feels steadier. When medications are taken regularly, health remains more predictable. When appointments are written down and reviewed calmly, stress decreases. Routine supports memory. Familiar patterns require less mental effort. They create a structure within which flexibility can exist. Managing life well often means simplifying where possible, not because you cannot handle complexity, but because simplicity protects strength. You may discover that your most productive hours are in the morning. Planning important tasks during those hours protects clarity. Leaving afternoons for rest or lighter activities preserves balance. Routine also builds confidence. When you know what your day will generally look like, uncertainty shrinks. There is freedom inside structure, not rigid control, but steady guidance. Reliable routines also reduce the risk of small mistakes becoming larger problems. Forgotten medications, missed appointments, irregular meals. Structure quietly guards against these disruptions, and within that structure, relationships play an equally powerful role. The support of trusted relationships is not a luxury in these decades, it is a necessity. Between 65 and 90, social circles often change. Friends relocate. Loved ones pass away. Children build lives of their own. Yet if you still have at least one dependable connection, someone who checks in, someone you can call, someone who listens, you are supported in a way that strengthens independence. True independence is not isolation. There is strength in knowing that if you needed assistance, someone would respond. That reassurance reduces anxiety. It encourages confidence. Trusted relationships also provide perspective. When challenges arise, sharing them lightens their weight. When good news arrives, sharing it doubles the joy. Connection keeps the mind active and the heart engaged. Even simple interactions matter. A weekly phone call, a neighborly conversation, a community group, and asking for help when appropriate does not weaken autonomy. It protects it. Perhaps you request assistance carrying something heavy. Perhaps you accept a ride to an appointment. These decisions conserve energy and prevent injury. Relationships are mutual. You may receive help in one area and offer encouragement in another. That exchange reinforces dignity. As connections support daily life, another inner support carries equal weight: emotional resilience. Life between 65 and 90 includes change. Health may fluctuate, loss may visit, roles may evolve. Emotional resilience is the ability to face these realities without collapsing under them. It does not mean avoiding sadness. It means experiencing it without becoming defined by it. You may grieve friends who are no longer here. You may feel frustration when your body does not cooperate. Emotional resilience allows you to acknowledge those feelings while still moving forward. Bitterness can erode independence. It narrows focus. It drains energy. Acceptance, even imperfect acceptance, creates room for peace. Those who manage life well in later years often cultivate perspective. They understand that not everything can be controlled. They focus on what remains within reach. Resilience also shows up in adaptability, adjusting plans when energy shifts, changing expectations without losing self-worth. This inner steadiness supports mental clarity, strengthens relationships, and sustains routine. And finally, there is a support that gathers all the others together: purpose and perspective. Purpose gives direction to your days. It does not have to be large or public. It may be tending a garden, volunteering, caring for a pet, writing letters, sharing stories. Purpose fuels motivation. It encourages you to rise in the morning and engage with the world. Perspective deepens purpose. Between 65 and 90, you have seen enough of life to understand its patterns. You know that seasons change. You know that difficulty passes. You know that small joys often matter most. If you can still look ahead with quiet intention, planning a visit, tending to a project, nurturing a relationship, you are managing life thoughtfully. Purpose protects independence because it sustains engagement. Engaged people remain mentally and physically active. Perspective protects peace because it reduces unnecessary worry. Together, they form a quiet shield. If you still have physical stability, clear judgment, reliable routines, trusted relationships, emotional resilience, and purpose, then you are not simply aging, you are managing. Not perfectly, not without challenge, but with awareness and dignity. Life between 65 and 90 is not defined by what has been lost. It is defined by what remains steady. And if these supports are still part of your daily experience, then each morning you wake and move forward is not just another day lived, it is another day wisely held.